Hey guys, Justin here, or Mr. Fisher Mooser. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how you can click 20 CPS and how I click 20 CPS, but I'm going to do it really fast. The reason being, because I've already tried to make this video 2 times, and each one has gone to be over 20 minutes. So I'm going to try to do this really fast. In other words, it's not going to be really in-depth at all. So if you guys need something in more detail, you can either ask me in the comments, or you can ask me to make a video on it, so that way I can give you guys the information you are needing instead of giving you the information you do not need. So with that said, I'll go ahead and try to do this like really fast, so I'll go ahead and get into the video. Alright guys, so I'm here in game. So basically I have a hand cam for one. The hand cam is in a weird position because I have like this desk corner shelf. It works for me to play, but not work for me to record my hand, so bear with me here. Also in the top left of my screen, you'll see the CPS right here. So if I click 20 CPS, 18 CPS, whatever, you'll be able to see that up there. So basically, there's 2 things you need to know about how I am able to click 20 CPS. I say 2 things, it's 3 things. One, I'm doing a method called butterfly click. So if you look at my handy cam, yeah, I'll just call it the handy cam. You'll see I'm clicking really fast. In fact, I don't think the frames per second on my camera is even picking up my fingers too well. But I'm basically just tapping my middle finger and pointer finger really fast onto the mouse button. So that's one reason why I can click 20 CPS. The other reason I can click 20 CPS is because of a thing called debounce, or double click. What double clicking is basically, if you look at my handycam and also my CPS count up top, you'll notice if I click once, I will only receive 1 CPS because I'll only be clicking once. But if I do the double click, which is this, you'll see it will get to be 2. So how I'm doing that is, it says, as it sounds, double click. So I'm basically hitting the mouse button, but very lightly. Well, I guess I'm hitting it hard, but I'm letting my finger come straight back up. I'm not leaving it there at all. And what it will do is my finger will kind of like bounce as I go to pull it up. Because if I'm pushing down hard and try to pull up really fast, my finger will like go in, up, really fast, like in a blink of an eye. And so I can click twice with 1 hit. So keeping that in mind, if I just sit here and normal click without double clicking, I get about 5 CPS. But if I sit here and do the double clicking with just 1 finger, you'll see I get about 9, 8, 10 CPS, whatever. And then when I combine 2 fingers, that's when you get upwards of 20 CPS. So how you can learn this for yourself is, 1, there's a few things you have to know. 1, the type of mouse. Some mice don't have double clicking enabled. In fact, at one point, all mice companies removed it, saying it as a glitch. Because if you think about it, what game otherwise than Minecraft wants you to click 20 CPS? Not too many games. So what the thing is here is, some mice now have a feature. They made it into a feature. So basically, when you when you buy a mouse, most of the time, RGB mouses, whatever, the company will also have a program. The program is free. For most companies, I haven't looked into every single company, so there may be one out there that it's not free, but let's just assume it's free. So like, for instance, this one is the Glorious Model D from PC Gaming Race. I will show you guys where I got this in just a moment. But basically, in the program they have for it, there is the debounce. The debounce is basically double click. In some mouse programs, what they'll have is they say double click. And then you'll increase the double click when you want to have more of a chance to get a double click. If it's called debounce, you want to decrease that, because double click is enabling it and debounce is disabling it, if that makes sense. If I go through something here too fast or not enough detail, just let me know in the comments and I will answer your question to the best of my ability. So keeping that in mind, I'll go ahead and show you where I got my mouse from. Let me pull up the right browser and then switch over to my browser. This is my mouse right here. This is the Glorious Model D, the matte white. This is what my mouse is right here. So I'll leave a link in the description to where you can get this mouse. It's only $50, and for a gaming mouse that has RGB and the double click stuff and feels great in the hand, it it's a pretty good price, I'm not gonna lie. This is made for small to medium hands, it says. I have large hands and it feels just fine in my hand. They recently came out with a Model D minus, which is basically a smaller version of the Model D. Model D was made to be a little bit bigger than the Model O, and just like a few little changes like that, like the cord has changed a little bit to be a little bit better because they were having an issue that through their cord, the cord would be like getting bent and messed up. So they changed how the cord is packaged and everything, but otherwise that, it has the program, which if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the screen, you'll see download software, which is optional. You don't need it, but to change some of those settings, you will need it. So there's that right there. So this is just one mouse in one company. There's a whole bunch of mice out there, and so you can probably find a different mouse that has the double click enabled. Like for instance, here's a cheaper company where you can get cheaper mice. Like that one was $50. There's some for $30 some here. 20 some dollars. Here's a $15 mouse. But here, basically what you're looking for in a mouse is if you are wanting to double click, or not double click, if you're wanting to butterfly click, which is the method that I use, you want to find the left click button to be slightly larger, and also you're wanting to find a mouse that has double click. It doesn't have to be a larger button, but think about it, you're going to have two fingers on this and you don't want to accidentally hit the scroll wheel or any of these middle mouse buttons, so keep that in mind. I would even suggest either going in a store or borrowing a friend's mouse or something so you can kind of get a feel for it. Because the Model D, the mouse that I have, is also ergonomic, so if you're left-handed, you're going to have a problem. But mice like this one, or I know the Viper from Razer, or the Mamba or Viper, whichever, I don't remember, is a ambidextrous mouse. But as you can see, there's other mice here. I don't know if every single one of these is able to have that double click feature or not. You would just have to look at it. And what I suggest doing is if you find a mouse that you like and feels good, or you think it might feel good in your hand, whatever, search the reviews, search it on YouTube, Google it, see if that mouse has double clicking enabled or it has the program to change the double click. So basically just see if the double click is compatible with the mouse you are looking for. With that said, let me go ahead and tell you guys a few rules. Like I said, there's a program that comes with most of these mice, so you can change the debounce or the double click, whatever it may be called, with the program you are using. In these programs, there's also abilities to set up macros and all different things like that. Macros, I know on Hypixel, but on pretty much every single server, they are extremely not allowed and extremely bannable. If you'll be banned. Like if you use it, you will be banned. Because basically what it does is I could click my mouse button only once. It's not going to the right browser here. Here, let me change this for you. Let me change the browser. Come on, let me change the browser, please. Please, thank you. Will it let me? Here it is. There we go. So macros are extremely not allowed. It will make it where if I click the mouse button once, I can have it set up to where it clicks 20 times a second, and so it will click like 20 times basically. So say I click the left click once, it will click 20 times. The macros are really powerful and are extremely bannable. If someone catches you using it, they can report you. For instance, if I catch you using it, I will report you and you will be banned pretty quickly. And it's also easy to track, so there's not getting away with it. So don't use it. Learn to do it legit, or don't do it at all. So that's just like a rule and a word of warning. Another thing I want to discuss with you guys really fast. We're running on 9 minutes. I want to keep this about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, depending on how long this takes. Something you need to keep in mind is when clicking 20 CPS, the issue you are going to have is anti-cheats. You will get a lot of anti-cheats. Anything really above 15 CPS. They may have changed it to 18 CPS now, I don't know, but I'm going to say 15 CPS to be safe. What they'll do is, depending on how the server has it set up. Hypixel, for instance, which is a server I play on a lot, the link will be in the description to the video. No, link to the IP address will be in the description below. But basically, Hypixel used to have their bot, or their anti-cheat bot, watchdog would ban players who would be clicking 20 CPS. It would be like if you start clicking 20 CPS and you consistently do it, you will be banned. I don't think they do that anymore because I've been clicking 20 CPS and I've been doing just fine. So the thing you have to be careful of though is the anti-cheat will still disable your hits. So right now I'll be showing on the screen is I'll be hitting somebody probably with my fist, but what I'll be doing is I'll be hitting them and then all of a sudden it will stop and they'll be able to walk through me. I won't be able to hurt them anymore. That is because of the anti-cheat thinking I'm hacking and it will disable me from hitting. Also, you'll be noticing you'll be getting a lot of watchdog on you. So what will happen is you'll see it looks like a hacker. It looks like a player flying around you, hitting you. Their head is going berserk and they're just spinning around in circles around you. It looks like a hacker. But what it is watchdog. So in other words, if you see that thing flying around, you try to hit it and it doesn't take damage, stop hitting it. If you keep hitting it and keep trying to follow it with your head, it will think you are hacking because that is supposed to test for Kill Aurora, and you will be banned automatically. Like, there wouldn't be a staff that bans you, it would be their anti-cheat system. So if you see this NPC thing flying around, you don't hit it. Or if you accidentally hit it, don't keep hitting it. Like, for instance, if you go back to the game, what you'll see is if I am doing PvP, I'll like jerk my head a lot. Like, I'll jerk my head where I think they're going to be going. So I'll get the watchdog on me a lot. So just got to be careful with that. So otherwise than that, I don't think I have anything else I need to explain. If I have not said something in as much detail as you need, or I have not answered a question you might have had, please let me know in the comment section below. I will be sure to get to them as quick as I can and answer them to the best of my abilities. Thank you guys for watching. Before I go into the outro, I'll go ahead and show you guys one live PvP match. If I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. So after this, I'll go right into the outro of the video. So the thing to keep in mind about butterfly clicking and jitter clicking and really any other forms of clicking is it is very strenuous on the arms. So if I'm playing for a while, I'm not going to be able to click 20 CPS anymore. It's going to get slower and slower. So keep it in mind, take a break every now and then. And after you take a break, then you can come back and it should be good to go. But as you can see right now, I'm not clicking 20 CPS anymore. It's gotten lower, like significantly lower. Oh, he started doing good. Oh, there he goes. So keep that in mind. Your hand will get tired and you'll start clicking slower and slower. So keep that in mind when you ever go to PvP somebody. So with that said, I'll go ahead and go into the outro. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This video was basically just me describing how to click 20 CPS and how I click 20 CPS using the butterfly clicking method. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like. If you guys want to see more videos just like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn notifications on. That way YouTube notifies you each and every single time I upload a new video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you next time.